Hello, my name is Beesung Kam. I'm going to talk about correlation of student item selection in randomized computer-based tests. I will talk about a little bit of background to grasp how this paper is produced. We looked at a bibliography of related works. We found some interesting papers, and I'm going to explain them one by one. One paper explained that how students cheat in exam room. A research estimated between 0 and 58% of the students in medical school cheat. In today's technology, Bluetooth or Bluetooth pen, or small monitors or cameras. They can be a tool to be used in cheating. Also, for example, the bottle of water can be used as a extra material. They can write material on the bottle, so they can use it during examination. In nursing department, they explained that a standard of students' behavior is necessary to be developed, and policies of school should be strong. If students cheat, there have to be regulation on that. And they suggested that examination be in various multiple versions. So students can be grouped, and each group can answer a set of exams. Also, they suggested that scrambling answers is a method of deterrence. Another paper by Dr. Kloski revealed that department or gender, rank, or the type of school that students have been graduated are not very effective in how they be dishonest. Also, they suggest that qualitative method of research needs to be developed. Also, they explain that physical arrangement of exam room can be a method that students can have a dishonest behavior on, and that should be reduced. One method of cheating is to have an avatar, a person that can do the examination instead of a real student. Of course, this is very hard to accomplish, but this paper is explaining how palm-based authentication can solve avatar-based problems. Another interesting paper by Una Miller explains that today's survey to explain the behavior of students, dishonest behavior of students, is based on a simple questionnaire. And this questionnaire is solely based on that particular college, or focused on typical students. More factors, academic environment should be involved in that survey, and explain that positive atmosphere and environment of the study and exam room should enable students to be more honest Also, a test should be assuring students that examination is fair for everybody. In that way, students can get less stress and reduce their dishonest behavior. This is a very important issue that we have to address. Another research explains about web-based examination that take place on internet, not in a disclosed place, but on remote distance. They suggested that online students scored higher than offline students. This might be reason for showing that students have a higher score in online examination. In another research, they found that by using a web-based examination that is performed on remote computers, students scored higher. This is because of the cheating they explain, but that does not mean students cheat. We don't have information to verify. Higher score means more cheating. There should be tools to explain if students have more cheating on remote examination. They explain that also if we reduce average time to answer for each student, then the dishonesty can be reduced. They also explain that one attempt to take a test can reduce dishonesty. Also, they suggest that questions should be developed newly. This is a little bit difficult for administrators to develop questions every time they take exam. Another research based on web-based tests suggests that if there is a way to introduce guessing items, then cheating can be reduced. Also, using machines like camera-to-camera interviews can reduce cheating. Also, time limit for each question can be meant to reduce cheating. Another experiment by Dr. Mikhail Isakov explains that males are cheating more than females. Also explain that teenagers are more dishonest earlier in the day. Also, researchers are environment dependable. Another interesting paper explains that survey of dishonesty about students has a lack of external validity. Organizational environment should be considered when surveys or questionnaires made. For example, in a random assignment, they give rewards to students to behave dishonestly. That may have an external validity, In preparing questionnaire, they give rewards to student to have a dishonest behavior. There should be noted that survey for participants may threaten their reputations. Asking if they have a dishonest behavior might not get right answer. That is why extra caution needs to be done in doing research. In another example, we see honest employees in a dishonest firm tend to leave. It means honest employees are not arguing dishonesty, but to leave. And also in preparing randomized assessment, environment should be considered. In another study very close to our research, it shows that by using filters, screen filters, students can view only their monitors. They cannot see other students' monitor. And after they surveyed, they found that 19% of students suggest that this method is acceptable. Although preparing film for screen filter for monitor tends to have a cost, but it affects student to have a less dishonest behavior. Problem with this method is in medical school, most of the pictures, images are colorful, and by using screen, the color cannot be displayed well. Our student complained that the font is not viewable well and the color is not recognizable. That is why we didn't use this method. Now I will explain about our environment, how we set our environment to be fair for examination. In the picture, you see our exam room. It's a long room and two students sitting in one chair viewing their own monitors. Because of the distance, other students' monitor is not viewable. Only nearby students can be viewed, and if a student can copy, only can copy nearby students. We set students to exam room and we get the data from. In design of our research, we used pre-randomized examination and post-randomized examination. In pre-randomized, we had a question and answers that are not shuffling and not randomizing. We had 2 lectures of basic human structure and cell regulation system, each with 117 students. First grade, and we waited 3 years later, different students, but same lectures with the same level of difficulty. For each class, we compared students upon their position, their left side, their right side, front seat, front left, and front right. We compared these positions and their score of students. We compared each text items for students, and we calculated the correlation between pre-randomization and post-randomization to see the effect of our environment. After we compared pre- and post-randomization of basic human structure lecture, we noticed that pre-randomization level of correlations are higher than post-randomization. Also, there are less dishonest behavior in post-randomization because we randomized the number. In another lecture of cell regulation system, we noticed that position of left front, right front, and right has a higher number in pre-randomization, same as previous lecture, but only front position has more dishonest behavior. This may be exception, but in overall lecture, in overall examination, we can see less dishonest behavior after randomizing test items. In overall results, we show 2 columns, and in 2 lectures, cell regulation system and basic human structure. In the right side, we have a pre-randomization and post-randomization with less number of correlation between 5 positions. In cell regulation system, also for post-randomization, we can see less correlation between items for students. Even though the numbers are not less than 0.5, which is meaningful in viewing correlation, total dishonesty is less. But in comparing numbers, we can see less correlation between post-randomizing examination. In conclusion, we can suggest that environment affects dishonesty, and shuffling answers is a method of deterrence. We also suggest that ensuring students that environment is fair for testing is a very important issue. Thank you.